Good afternoon and welcome along to CelloSport here at Newtown Park on a beautiful day for the Central League First League playoff between Wellington United and Havelock North Wanderers. I'm your commentator today, Chris Emmerich, and joining me is stop-out captain and recent centurion for the club, James Sutcliffe. Welcome along, James.
Thanks for having me, Sambo. Good to be here. Looking forward to it. Should be a good game.
Should be a cracker of a game. I mean, are you going to bring great insights into this, playing in the league with Wellington United and having a little look at Havelock? Havelock are going to be somewhat of an unknown to us without seeing too much football outside of Wellington, but we certainly know a little bit about Wellington United and how they're going to line up today. Looking like a strong side, probably a more defensively minded side, but looking at their lineup today, there's one change from what we've got listed up there at the moment, and that's Pedron coming into centre-back. They look like they're going to line up as 5 at the back, with Coco Heredia really trying to link up with the front two. But again, that may change as we go through. Talking to Guthrie late yesterday, he was still kind of 50-50 whether to stick with that 5-3-2 or move into a 4-4-3. So it's going to be interesting to see how that goes. On the bench, obviously, they've got some youth and experience on there, and obviously coached by Guthrie, who's had a really successful period at this club, firstly with the women's side, and now more so with the first team here, looking to get their team promoted after an 8th place finish last year. Havelock North, on the other hand, have some experience from the last time they were in the league. James McPeak will bring that, starting from the back and goalkeeper. Groot, their captain and central midfielder, is going to be the real linchpin in that diamond midfield, looking to really break up the play and start to link in with the front two. Dakota Lucas in particular has plenty of goals behind him this year, and they're carrying a lot of goals with Christensen on the bench as well. So look for that change if the game's not going their way later in the day. But other than that, I think that side's looking fairly strong, coached by Chris Greatholder, who's well respected in the central region and nationally, of course. And he's looking to really get this side up, back from a couple of years ago where they started a Central League outfit that was a little bit young at the time and kind of flicked between different modes during that season and just went down at the end. And a couple of years on, I think they're really going to look to cement their place and try to get up this year. What do you think, James?
Yeah, we've already spoken about Havelock a few times over the past few days, and it's interesting to see how we're going to approach this game. From a couple of seasons ago, they were quite direct at times, quite physical, but they also like to mix up and play a little bit, so it's going to be interesting to see how we line up. Wellington United, most of this season, they're a very strong defensive team, so they like to soak up quite a bit of pressure and hit on a counter-attack. So I think Coco Heredia is going to be really important in terms of that. And obviously we know about Leo Villa as well, in the middle of the park, number 7 for Wellington United. He runs a show for Wellington United. He gets on the ball, he sprays it, looks for diagonal balls, so he can really dictate the play. It's going to be interesting to see how both teams approach this game.
Absolutely, and I guess if we're looking at experience, I mean, we can't look past the Wellington United goalkeeper, Leith, who comes in at a sprightly 47 years of age and is probably wearing the brightest football kit I've ever seen in my life. So he certainly won't be missed out there today, and I'm sure he'll marshal his troops well at the back. Obviously, we're just getting ready to go now. Teams in their huddle. The referees today is going to be led by Chris Bennett. His 2 assistants will be Ashton Davenport and Don Barry. And the 4th official is Harrison Cook. He gets to be the lucky one that gets to play with that added time scoreboard, which is always a highlight when you come to playoff time. Captains coming together. So just for those joining us who aren't aware of the clubs, Havelock is going to be playing right to left in the yellow shirts, blue shorts, white socks. Wellington United in their traditional orange and blue. Havelock will obviously start us off. Referee just checking got his numbers right. He's getting a last drink. Doesn't want to stray too far off his line. And underway.
You can see already Wellington United are lining up as a back 4 with Fizz Aiden at left back and Brian Heredia at right back. So it looks like they've gone for a back 4 instead of a back 5.
And those 2 fullbacks, as we both know, are quick and pacey, and they're both very attack-minded. So I would expect that the Havelock fullbacks are going to get a lot of pressure coming on with the 2v1s if they don't match up properly. And playing that diamond midfield, it's going to be really important that they close those spaces and they move together. Otherwise, those wide areas are going to become very dangerous.
A bit of pressure there from Wellington United, letting the centre halves have it, and then when the ball goes to the full back, pressing the right winger, pressing the full back there. As you can see here, Well United dropping off, letting the two centre halves and letting McPeak get on the ball.
Go short.
And there you go, you can see the pressure straight away. Making it a front three when we're attacking.
Clear width, looking for Heredia to support underneath. Good challenge. Can't keep his feet though, gives the ball back to Bryant.
First one-on-one chance there to get at him. Defender did well.
And a bit of a wayward ball that could put them under a bit of pressure.
Vinny, if he slides him in, trying to keep onside.
It's going to be a challenging first 5 minutes for Havelock in particular. Their league finished a good 5 weeks ago now. They've tried to get some kind of intermediary games in the last week or so just to try to build up for this playoff series. But they're going to come in a little bit cold compared to Wellington United, a tough game at Upper Hutt on Saturday, just gone. So it may take them some time to settle and get the ball down, but it's certainly been a scrappy opening 2 or 3 minutes now. There's a lot of space out on the left if he can move it. Villa finds it, but it could have gone sooner. He's flagged him as offside.
There's that first look of Leo looking for a diagonal ball though. He's got that in his locker, especially with that left foot. A look to get Havelock North turned in behind and open up a space for himself where he can run the game.
Absolutely. We know he's got a great range of pass, long or short. They have to shut that down. The point of that diamond has to get on Leo to limit his ability to play out. There's a chance of Havelock getting the ball in the Wellington United half. This comes to nothing, but they get it back on the deflection. And Heredia gets it clear. So again, it's a little bit scrappy, trying to get it up to the front two, hold the ball and make it that platform to play off. But they just need to just get the quality level just up slightly to be able to bring that ball down. It's a nice day in Wellington. We've covered games in worse conditions with the wind, so it should be an easier way to settle into the game.
The first chance to look at Havelock here, what they approach. Long throw, so they are going direct at times. They do have goals in this team, like you said. We've got Dakota Lucas, who sits on 16 goals for the season. And then Bjorn Christensen as well, who's on the bench, also chipping in with 12. If you compare that to Wellington United, their top goal scorer is Leo Villa on 6. And most of them goals will be from set pieces.
Absolutely.
Penalties and free kicks as well. So it'll be interesting to see Havelock on the attack.
Yeah, I mean, we were expecting to see Wellington United sit in that little bit and almost concede some of the possession to Havelock. So Havelock's going to have to be good enough to be able to keep the ball and create problems. Otherwise, they're going to flood forward, and that's what Wellington United want. They want to bring them onto them to get out. And the fullback selection that they've taken out there kind of reinforces that they're going to suck up the pressure and then try to get them on the break. So Havelock has to maintain good possession of the ball in good areas to be able to break this side down. And, you know, as we've seen through the Capital Premier League, it's not an easy job. You have to play well and you have to do well to score multiple times against them. Another loose header, so it goes out for a throw-in. Heredia will take. Everything seems to be down this side of the field so far. Not too much going out Wellington United's left yet. Heredia's running into trouble. Gets turned over. Havelock looking to maintain it. But again, the out ball's a little bit clumsy. Good ball into Coco Heredia. Good feet, good futsal player, both the Heredia boys. So expect them in tight areas to be able to move the ball well and be able to hold the ball up and under a lot of pressure. I think it's something that the futsal game brings out in them both.
Really hear McPeak taking charge. Loud voice communication, centre half stream.
The option directly, and great little flick on. Coco to hold. Gets it back. Good ball across. First little half chance here for Wellington United. Ball pinging around the area, but not really to find anybody's feet.
Lucky by Brian there. The pitch looks good from a distance, but the problem is with Newtown Park, when you get on it, there's quite a bit of bobble in it. It's never as good as it looks from a distance. As you can see again, Wellington United dropping off, letting the centre-halves have it, letting McPeak play with it. Haven't really managed to play through the lines yet, going a bit longer.
Here we go, long for the first time now. And they do get the turnover in midfield. I thought they were a little bit slow to get out. Once McPeak makes a decision to go, they've got to get out and squeeze the rest of the park so they can put pressure on the back four and then not let that second ball go easy through midfield. Ref plays a good advantage. Herod is free. There's a man in the middle. He's gone too close to McPeak. McPeak will take that comfortably. Again, a little bit longer.
Good play.
So Frims has done well there, coming in short to receive it. Gets it onto Dakota Lucas who draws the foul. First set piece in a relatively close position here.
That was the first chance Havelock have got on a half turn in number 10 position and managed to run it that back four of Wellington United. Like we said, there's two big boys, two centre halves going up there. Really make this count.
Big opportunity. Ref's kind of stamped his authority early. Doesn't want any of the chat back. Trying to concentrate on the football. A good delivery to the back post. Too much bend and it kind of evades everybody. We'll try to keep it in and do. Wins the throw in.
Still both teams feeling each other out. First 5-10 minutes. Obviously haven't played each other this season, so seeing how they line up, seeing what sort of styles both teams bring. It's always that first 5, 10, 15 minutes where you just feel the opposition out.
100%, and especially in the first leg of a two-league tie. When you haven't played for a while, like Havelock have had a big break, it'd be interesting to see what the message from Chris Greatholder has been into that dressing room. Certainly you don't want to give anything away early, away from home and cough up a goal. Again, Leo Vea with a fantastic long ball. And wins a corner. As I was just getting back to, the first league out of two, when you haven't played for a while, you just got a decision to make about how you approach the game. One is you could go all guns blazing and try to catch them napping and get a good result away from home. The other, of course, is you just try to keep it tight, especially in the first half. Get a good feel for it, get some proper game minutes under your belt that the friendlies wouldn't have given you. And just keep it tight and take a result back to Havelock where you know your environment and you play at home and you can really press the advantage there. So it'll be interesting to see what Havelock do as this game goes on. The longer it stays 0-0, they'll probably be the happier out of the two.
You've had experience in this situation, Sambo, with stop out.
Drops to Leo Vea at the edge. Blocked. Great feet. Havelock very keen to shut down that ball, but they miss a couple of challenges and get it away.
We have Leo again on the edge of the box, so composed, picking out his pass. Yeah, Sambo, you've had experience in this situation as a coach.
Yeah, we did this through stop out. It was a little bit different. I mean, I think this game's going to be equally matched. When we went through against Wanganui, we got the away leg in first, and again, it was a lot of unknowns, but we kind of got the first half goals up there, which kind of settled the tie a little bit and made us a lot more comfortable. I don't think that Wellington United here, being the Wellington side, is going to get that luxury. I think this Havelock side is well drilled, and I think they've been together for a long period of time. So I think it's going to be a very tight, even affair over the two legs. Just looking at Fizz at the left back, there's only really engagement in this game so far. It's been a couple of defensive headers. I think Wellington United would do well to start getting it to his feet, seeing if they can get him forward, overlapping that wide man. Really hard to pick up from back there. Great feed again. Ball across the back. Oh, it's got in. What a goal. Fantastic strike.
Wellington United taking the lead. Been a bit of scrappy game, but some finish of that, Sambo.
It's a wonderful finish. As he takes the ball on, I mean, when he got the strike away, I thought McPeak might have had enough, and then when he wasn't there, I thought it was going wide, but no, wonderful goal. Great start for Wellington United, 10 minutes in.
That'll be a bit of a blow for Havelock. plenty of time to turn it around, though.
Yeah, lots of time. I think they just need to put their foot on the ball now, control the ball, settle down. Broom's looking tidy in possession here. Rides a challenge well before losing it out. Good pressure. Brooms wins it back. And got another set piece.
A few players down injured here.
And the first yellow of the day.
Ryan Herodero.
Ryan Herodero goes into the book.
Always tough as a fullback when you get an early booking. You know, any lazy leg towards the end of the game.
Yeah, and the problem in those wide areas at the back is largely you're in those 1v1 scenarios a lot. And it doesn't take a lot, when you've got good quality players, it doesn't take a lot to be late and to just miss an opportunity to challenge. So he's, this early on, 12 minutes into the game, he's going to have to watch himself. But I think it was a good comeback from Havelock after conceding that goal. They've got the ball down, they've got it into their man, Brooms, their number 10, who looks very, very tidy, looks composed on the ball, kept it under a lot of pressure, and then had the bite to win the ball back. I think they just need to take the time and relax now. It's probably a good time injury now. They've got a set piece on the back of it. This means they can settle. First goal of the game will do that. I don't think they need to go crazy and start chasing the game. Again, being a two-legged tie, they just need to keep it tight at the moment and keep it close. What they don't want to do is give away too much and give up another chance going the other way, because Wellington United have only missed on a couple of other chances by a pass just not finding feet or getting deflected. So they've started well, Wellington United. While we take this injury break, just like to welcome everyone along onto YouTube on the CelloSport channel. We'd ask you if you like the content, please subscribe. There's going to be a lot more content coming through the channel over the next wee while. Next Sunday, we go with the Futsal Premier League. And Wellington, header's gone. He's got him for offside though.
Good ball in. That's one or two crosses there. On the left back. He's done well as well in a few one-on-one situations. He's defended really well.
It's going to go long. This is where the Diamonds got to get together for Havelock. The second phase ball here is critical. You should have the numbers in midfield that picks it up, and they swarm it out there, which is good. But they just can't control it. Aiden in possession. And Sevilla. Back to the centre back who clears it. Could be a question mark of offside there if he plays it.
It's always a difficult one. Keeper coming out, McPeak. Well, as a centre half, you just want to clear your lines there. Don't want to take too many chances. Wellington United with another corner.
Yeah, you're right. As a centre half, that dropping over, you just got to do your own job. If you think you're the best option, you just get it clear. Havelock got to be alert here. You know the delivery's going to be good. So we've got to make sure you get that next one clear. It's a low delivery. Just needed any sort of touch. Good counter-attacking opportunity here.
Real chance, 3 versus 3.
Great ball across. Good save. Can't clear their lines. And another foul.
This will be another chance to get a good ball into a box. That was a good break. Good counter-attack there by Havelock North.
Great counter-attack. The stooping header for the chance. It was a difficult chance at a very difficult height, but he got a lot on that. Goalkeeper did superbly to keep that out. That's at the top of the stretch. And they just couldn't clear it out. They had the chance, Wellington United, to clear that danger and couldn't. And now they've given up another dangerous set piece out on the touchline.
Great reactions by the keeper there.
Right, very sprightly from the 47-year-old.
Going for another outswing at Havelock North.
Delivery. Bobbles around. Safely into the keeper's hands.
A few question marks there at the back for Wellington United. No one really taking too much control.
No, there wasn't too much calling in the air. Couldn't hear much from up here. And certainly kind of bobbled around without anybody really taking the chance.
Pressure by Aiden there.
It's Havelock really mixing up between trying to play out and then just McPeak going long. They started the first 5 minutes trying to play out on every occasion, really. It caused them more problems than benefit in terms of their play coming forward. I think they've looked at their best when they can move quickly to the front and build off through their number 10. Misplaced defensive header. Another chance. Great defending. Really strong defending out for a corner. That was Brian Heredia again. Sitting on a card, but he's certainly not taking any backward steps.
He's used his body really well there to get in between the man and the ball. Chance to ask a few more question marks of a Wellington United defence.
Poor delivery, easily cleared by Villa. Albertini will pick up the ball. Come all the way back to McPeak. Not the greatest ball back from McPeak. Easily given away in midfield again. This is where they've got to be careful. Villa picks the ball up in these quarter pockets and will find a ball like that. That looked fairly agricultural. Heavy challenge from behind and a set piece for Wellington United on just a little further than the corner of the box. Probably be a bit more dangerous with Leo if it was on the other side with that left foot.
Havelock leaving two forward, so Wellington United need to be careful of the counter-attack. Like you said, with Leo's quality, you can always pick something out.
Back post, well cleared. Koga here it is, going to make a good decision here, and he does. Looked away, good confident defending there. Had the keeper's call, but as we talked about before, just took ownership of that situation and got it clear. Ball in from Albertini again, just a little wayward into midfield. Maybe another throw on for Wellington United.
No team really settling in possession at the minute. It's 50-50.
Yeah, but bit of a scrappy kind of possession map for both sides at the moment. I think what the game's settling into is Wellington United basically being a position that little bit higher and Havelock looking to counter, which is kind of the opposite of what we expected going into the game. But that could easily be changed if Havelock have a good period of 10 minutes where they can get the ball down and play. But we haven't really seen too much evidence of that so far. It's generally been going forward and looking to build back. Return to midfield. Broome certainly looks to be the pick of the Havelock players so far in the first 15, 20 minutes.
Staying in as well.
Got good numbers to cover Havelock here. Heredia will get it. Not too many options here. They're lucky to get that back, Wellington United. Back to Villa. He'll be looking to unlock something. And he does centrally. Well cleared up by the centre backs. Not a bad idea there from Wellington United, just trying to get the ball turned around the corner into space in the channels. But the game is just in small areas with a lot of players. They're finding it very hard to play through. Almost start to need to think about having a pivot on there just to get out the other side, James, because at the moment it's all very tight and very combative, but there's no one really, other than Leo maybe, there's no one really trying to get their foot on the ball when opening the play and and trying to go out the other side. Like, we've seen very little of the play down Havelock's right and Wellington United's left.
Yeah, completely agree. The only person on the field is Froome looking on the half turn in that number 10 position, dropping into the space, trying to play through the lines, but I haven't seen it too much. Here's the first opportunity.
Good press from Wellington United, just forces them back immediately.
Pressing really high here, Wellington United. Forcing Havelock North to turn the ball over. Makes you always rush as a defender when you start to put pressure on the ball.
That's a great touch from Froome. A good ball.
That was a good tactical foul, if I'm honest.
Yeah, it is. You take that one.
Again, Havelock North looking really good on the counter-attack. Not sustained amount of pressure, but when they do break, they go a little bit direct. Looking to break quickly. Dakota Lucas getting a little bit frustrated there. He is a man with a goal, so Havelock North. So it's always positive. If you're Wellington United, it's very positive to get. Well, it could be a positive or negative to get the main goal scorer a little bit frustrated.
Yeah, strikers just want that delivery all day, right? They want the good delivery that they can create chances out of, and he's been starved of that to this point. I wonder whether it's like Wellington United are pressing high. The diamond, they should have the overload, but it's going to be an overload in a tight area. I just think they need to get a little bit more width into their game if they really want to stretch Wellington United and avoid that pressure.
Nothing down Havelock North's right side, really. Fizz, even Id, for Wellington United, Iden looking a little bit quiet as well. Mainly down this near side to us. But yeah, like you said, we need to look Havelock North or Wellington United start getting the pivot involved. Going one way, coming out one side, drawing the defenders out, opening the space, and then we can see Froome getting in the pockets of space on the half turn.
Yeah. It's certainly going to be the key to Havelock, getting him into some space. But again, it's a short throw in and numbers around, and it gets broken down pretty quickly again. So Aiden will get the game started again. And headed clear. Leo Villa, make sure that went out. I think that went out.
Just a bit. Again, slowing the tempo down, not letting Havelock run the game at their own speed.
I guess if you have a look at the pitch map where they are now, there's no one giving any sort of width on this left-hand side of the park for Havelock. The fullback's deep and the highest other man is a striker. Everyone else is in and around that ball. So you're asking yourself there to be very, very good under pressure to be able to maintain possession, and I think that's where they're struggling at the moment.
Yeah, McPete there saying need to do things a little bit quicker. Try and pick the game speed up.
And an attacking foul to turn it over.
Wellington United here can slow the game down.
Physical at the back for the challenge. Happy to let that go, which I like to see.
Tough one for Coco here at Era.
It is.
His slight frame compared to the two larger, taller centre halves.
Does he oversteps a little bit into the challenge there, but just gives away a throw and no foul. We've talked a bit about Havelock coming in a little bit cold into this game. Wellington United, the absolute opposite. Talking to Guichet during the week, they really had a couple of question marks as late as yesterday, really around who was going to recover from the injuries they picked up in their last game against Upper Hutt. And I think that's a real advantage, having league fixtures right up until the week before this playoff. It tends to be a struggle if you have those weeks off to find the pace. So I think that certainly backs Wellington United, even though they might be carrying a few more niggles. Set piece, they wasted the last one. Want to make sure that they get the delivery right here. Taking their time. I don't know if they're waiting on the ref. No, here we go. That's a bit of ball.
Chance.
was a chance, I just couldn't get the head on the end of it. Everyone in the corner does brilliantly to get a ball out of there.
Now again,
Surely
another corner. First time in a game, Havelock creating sustained pressure. Asking a few questions of the Wellington United defence, not really been clear. Communication, the centre halves and the goalkeeper.
Yeah, they seem to have done enough, just enough to get it out, but they haven't really been dominating headers to get the ball clear. Great little ball at the near post. Ryan with a great little challenge in there to stop that play.
Wellington United a chance to counter-attack here.
It's a 3v3 at the moment. Havelock coming back. They've got to slow the player down. They've done a good job.
Well picked up.
There's Group through midfield. He does superbly well under pressure, bringing it out. And wins a throw-in. They did well defensively, the Havelock. It looked a bit nervy. It was 3v3. They had to slow the ball carrier down. Just try to get numbers back. They did enough. First real scare for them, but navigated fairly comfortably, so they did well. Again, untidy from the throw-in and from the follow-up pass.
There's that question again, centre half and the goalkeeper.
Picky's done well. Wellington United want to pass back. It's one of those 50-50 ones, right? Well, not a bit of pass, but it was certainly intentional.
You just hope as a defender you don't hear the referee's whistle there.
You know it's not your day when those go against you. It is really called. Coco on the ball. Nice little dink ball in. Peaky with a big slap away and then a punch.
There's a real chance there for Wellington United.
Absolutely.
2v1. Great defending again from Havelock. Again, they turn the ball over.
He's going to look to see that out, but he does clip it clear. Very physical challenge to get it out there. Oh, keeper comes and stops.
Great ball by Dakota Lewis here. Back on the ball.
Opens the body to get it across. Oh.
Pressure on the keeper, chance.
Surely. 1-1.
Referee's giving it. 1-1.
Yeah, look, the keeper's gone up. I don't think he was under enough. He wasn't think he was impeded enough to get a foul there.
Dakota Lewis with the ball across the box.
This doesn't get it clear initially. The loop ball I thought was just going to be easily taken, but he's just dropped it down. Ball's laid across, back of the net.
That's one of them where if you're a defending team, you're in the referee's ear straight away asking for a foul. If you're an attacking team, you're celebrating a goal.
Yeah, and I don't want to see those given. Yeah, it was a big loopy ball. The keeper's got the advantage to take that. So I'm happy with how the ref saw it. Great for Havelock to get themselves back level. They've probably been the team under the most pressure, and that'll be a good nerve settler for them. Yeah, looking around 15 minutes out to half time.
Great game so far, end to end. Both teams looking kind of dangerous when they get in certain areas.
Dakota Lucas a bit late. He might be the first Havelock player to go into the book.
That frustration coming out as earlier referees in his ear.
Aidan wants to have a word too. Again, stoppage and play, probably not a bad time to breathe a little if you have a lot.
Bit of a late challenge, if I'm honest.
Oh, yeah. Certainly a foul. Certainly a yellow. Hope you don't cause any injuries, but player looks like he's going to get up and run it off okay. We all know Fizz was going to get involved.
Fizz has done really well to come back from a big injury earlier on in the season. He broke his wrist and had to have surgery halfway through the season, so he's done really well to get himself fit again.
Yeah, he has, and he's back and scoring goals from that left back position. So certainly a danger and a weapon we haven't seen deployed too much today. But I'm sure he'll get a few chances and to show what he's about with the remaining hour in this game, and of course the second leg up at Guthrie Park.
He's got so much experience as well. Been around the circuit in Wellington for a number of years now.
But with the ball down the line, a little untidy, just trying to flick it over the top, but gives possession away. Iridia picks it up and plays it on. Ball comes over the top, but Havelock should have that pretty covered. And it does just go out for a throw-in.
Not really seen Coco Adira get on the ball in that 10 position, get on the half turn. It's mainly been in the channels, either diagonally or down the line from the fullback. We've not really seen Coco get on.
No, and again, like we mentioned earlier, a big futsal background with both the Heredias, so they want to get the ball to feet, they want to be rolling players and looking for those little slip balls from behind. That's where they'll thrive. We've just held up that ball a little bit, kind of the first time we've seen it really impact the flight. Instead of getting this ball down now.
You can see from a corner flag the wind's picking up.
Yeah. Good turn away. Under a bit of pressure, he wouldn't want to go back, but they have given it away. Good strike. Some goal. That is an unbelievable goal. The crowd certainly like it. Mandalawi, can you believe it?
Two unbelievable strikes on Wellington United.
He just put the ball up in the challenge and kind of had 15 metres to run. No one really closed him down, but he was still 25, 30 out.
If you're McPeak there, you've got to be asking more of Group to get a little bit closer, to try and block the shot, even get something on the shot.
Yeah, he had the freedom to move. I mean, by all means, in certain games you let people strike from there, and if they score, they score, but they had the numbers to get pressure on the ball and really needed it.
Can't really question McPeak there either, for either goal, to be honest with you. Both goals, first one off the post and in, that one top corner.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question mark on McPeak. That's just some strike. You just hope not to get those in a playoff.
Three goals, 33 minutes in. What we'd like to see.
And obviously going into the second league next week, I mean, any goal that Havelock score is going to count double, in the event of a tie. So, 2-2 draw wouldn't be the worst result for them to take home. But there's plenty of time here. This game could be anything. Again, just hugging the touchline from the throw-in. Ball's gone out. Lino's flagging it. Ref picks it up.
See if Havelock North can respond again. They did well after their first setback.
Yeah, they'll be wondering what the football gods are doing with those 2 goals. As you can see, 2 wonderful strikes. And looking at the stats through the year, Wellington United have done well to finish second in the league and to qualify for this, but haven't been a side of a huge amount of goals. United drive forward again. Tricky feet on the edge. Give another one, but this one's down peaky. He can take that one. Didn't have to dive.
Why not? In the 2 goals so far. Harmon having a go from 25 yards out.
Absolutely. So this is where the Havelock need to tidy up. This is where they've got their numbers.
Difficult ball. Halfway to it.
I just think if you look back over the last 5 minutes, there hasn't been a long period where the ball's been on the ground. They've been asking a lot of people's touches to bring it down in the air and under a lot of pressure to press is good from Wellington United in general.
There's Aiden slowing the game down again.
Just the experience. Lowy's got the ball again. Just trips on it on the turn, but back to Fizz. His first real delivery. And it opens up. Great block. And it's 3. Just didn't deal with the first one. And that's the skipper. Cameron Stefan with the third.
He did enough. I think the pitch played its part in that one as well, bobbling over McPeak's hand.
Yeah, the first chance, there was the good block on the first chance, but as it rolled out, just didn't get pressure on the ball. And the little bobble takes it up and over and into the back of the net. So we're under 10 minutes out from half time. Sonny, what do you think Havelock's approach is now, leading into the break? You can see the frustration sitting in down there, right? That's a pretty loose challenge from Bradley Perks.
You can see the frustration from Perks and from Dakota Lucas up front. Not really got any service. I think that comes down to the Havelock the build-up play. We're looking a little bit longer from the back. The two centre halves can really dictate the play, get on the ball and get it moving, like we saw in the first 5 minutes. Since then, we've gone a little bit longer, but with no real accuracy.
Lucas just trying to bring it down. Probably rides another challenge which could have been called, but not playing the advantage. Just watching our team list disappear in the Wellington wins.
Great feet.
Brian here deal with the ball. He's only really got one to hit, but he's going to try to find him. But nicely cleared. Froomes brings it away.
Wellington United picking up the ball again.
They've got to find feet. That's a good ball. Opens the space a little bit. Froome's not going to pick it up in that area, but they can't find him. He's just dropped off the two centre-backs well. They're just holding their line. They're not going to go with him. Two strikers have split a little bit wider, so centre-backs are happy to let their full-backs go with that and really not pick anybody up.
Good screening job by Leo Villa, just blocking out the pass to Froome. Not dropping too far back onto a defender's feet, but just doing enough in the space to drop so the striker doesn't get to feet.
Yeah, what I'd like to see now is if those strikers are going to split and the centre-backs aren't going to go to Froome, I'd quite like Froome to pick up the ball and drive at them. I think that's going to be the way to put them under the most pressure. But they've got to get him enough ball for him to be able to do that. And at the moment, he's kind of dealing with scraps. And you can see that the frustration heading into the likes of Dakota Lucas as well. Because he knows what he can do if he gets the ball, but he's just not seeing enough of it. Space in Newtown, he's just rolled through, laid it square. Got numbers back, Havelock.
Again, we see the pressure from Wellington United.
Yeah. Lucas just getting caught up with Stroyer again, and the ball's gone out for a throw-in. Ref will stop the play just briefly to have a chat to these two, I think.
First 40 minutes of this game, Wellington United have put Havelock North under pressure and they have played the ball. When they've tried to play the ball around the back, that's how they've gone a little bit longer and keep turning the ball over. But that's credit due to Wellington United's forward players getting that press on.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I think as the ball gets played out, Dakota Lucas gives himself one to chase.
See this out.
He looks to see it out for a throw-in. I think for Havelock, the biggest problem here has been the shape that they've taken is just too narrow. And if they can keep the ball on the deck, then it will work for them. But it hasn't worked that way, and they're just lacking any width that when they do go for a longer range ball, they're just going into an area where the numbers are. Like now they should be pivoting out right, but there's no one now as the fullback looks up. There's no one out right. He's got to check back.
No options.
And he's just got no one there. So Albertini's done the right thing. He's taken the ball from McPeak. He's opened his body. He looks forward, and there's no one to hit. So he's got to come back inside, and it's just helping the Wellington United press just squeeze tighter and tighter. They've got to get width second half.
I was Albertini. I'd be letting my midfielders and my right winger know I need more options there.
Again, another tight area. Again, as you look, you've got Dakota Lucas up top, and you've got the left back kind of sitting in that back line with Jackson Ralph, but there's no one looking to get wide in that area in between. There's acres of space there. And so the longer option is straight, and you go into their back four. I mean, you're lucky here you've turned one over to get the ball into the back post of a striker, but there's more space out on Newtown Park that they need to be taken up.
There's a chance for the defender to dictate the play, get on the ball. Again, lacking options, goes a little bit longer.
Untidy trying to move the ball forward. They do pick it up well. He goes through the challenge. He's going to give it away to Ralph. Gives it to Frooms, who is 1v6 at the moment before Ralph overlaps him.
An opportunity here.
This is Coco Hiradea on the ball. Great little stop and start. Pulls the ball back. Scrappy to get out. Havelock can breathe again. Balls back out to Ralph. Plays it back inside. It's a great challenge, by the way. Tell you what, that first challenge, and I think it was from the skipper, just stopped the game so well. Second one was a foul. It looks like another yellow card.
Bit of a harsh yellow for me. Stefan nice and physical in the middle there for Wellington United. Good balance there with Leo, more of a technician. Stefan breaking up the play, doing the ugly bits.
Is that Leo picking it up, or was that Coco?
Leo picking up a book.
Yeah. Best delivery in, hanging it to the back, got to get a good header across. It's a bit of a scrappy one, but Wellington will clear.
Chance to counter again, stays in.
Great idea, nice little outside of the foot pass. Just didn't come around enough to keep the ball in play.
I think we've seen in this first half a fluidity of momentum from Wellington United's game last week, where Havelock were the opposite, have had quite a while off, not found that rhythm quite yet.
Yeah, and their danger now, it gets a handball, and the danger now is that at 3-1, they've got to make sure that they stay in the game while they find their feet again. I don't see a massive quality difference here that says, you know, these guys played each other every week and one team wins 10 out of 10. But I think Wellington United just look more drilled at this stage. Another easy pick up from Josh Stewart at the back. I don't know how I feel about a centre back wearing number 9. Barry Lewis, of course, Olympic legend, did it with style, and you certainly wouldn't call him out for wearing 9 because he'd know about it.
A few studs, a few sprigs down your ankle if you said that to Barry.
Yeah, but he gave you a smile while doing it. And Havelock have a chance, we'll put it over the bar. So it looks like we're going to have 2 additional minutes at the end of this first half. Wellington United will be delighted to get in with a 3-1 advantage. Again, it's over the 2 legs. Not a great start for Havelock in terms of the score, but certainly not out of it. You know, one more goal and even taking a 3-2 defeat back home, you know, only really means you've got to win 1-0. So they won't be too worried about that, I don't think. They'll just want to see a performance where in the second half that they can just get themselves back into this game and show a bit more, especially in possession. They've scrambled well enough defensively, 2 great goals.
I know it's quite Sunday League to say as well, but second half we will be shooting with the win, and you can see from that far left corner flag, blowing a gale now. You always get in Wellington, you won't really get that in Havelock. You definitely do get in Wellington now and again.
Absolutely. The last game in the CelloSport covered in Wellington was Olympic Miramar, and the dugouts were taking off in that wind at Wakefield Park.
Always a nice place to be when the weather's not great, Wakefield Park.
Isn't it just? Curtis Money brings the ball out, gets a deflection, and he's hooked it back into play and to Wellington United.
And Wellington United couldn't have wished for a better first half. Home leg, first game in the playoff, 3-1 up.
Big time. Because Wellington United looked like they were cruising along to the playoffs and then had a couple of blip results which put them under pressure, and they had to go out against Upper Hutt last weekend and get a result, which they did. So they really had to fight hard to get into these playoffs, and they've certainly taken the advantage in this first half for sure, being 3-1 up. Less than a minute to go until half time. So Gishi will be very happy. More of the same, I think, will be the message coming out of the in the Wellington United changing room.
See that really large gap there between the 2 Havelock forwards and the rest of the team. It's so isolated up there.
They go to Lucas as well to win a foul. This is where they look good, but they just need more numbers around it. The ball into one of the strikers, gets the ball back to the 10, and then they can go and play. And that's our half time. So a fascinating first half. Obviously Wellington United will take the lead 3-1. We've chatted briefly around the fact that Wellington United will be fairly comfortable and happy with that at half time. What do you think the message from Chris Greatholder is going to be?
I'm sure he'll have a stern word with his players in there at half time. Just change of a game plan. Speak to his players. They've looked direct, but they haven't got around the 2 forwards. They haven't tried to play it to feet. It's been quite direct, quite a little bit scrappy, if I'm honest. So I think he needs to speak to his players. Obviously, we've got Christensen on the bench as well, who's got a few goals in him. You can see the players coming off here quite frustrated.
Yeah, look, the biggest change that I'd like to see out of Havelock is to turn this into a closer game at this point. Is just to get more width through midfield and through that front third. They just need more numbers to find to get out of that pressure that Wellington United's putting them under. I think that the game itself's been fairly even so far in terms of possession and challenges and all those kind of metrics, but Wellington United just had more people to create more chances and better chances, and then they've just been clinical in front of goal. I can't think of too many chances. I think Peaky caught one shot, and then the others have just gone in, and that's been the difference here, and I think that's going to be hard for them to overturn, but Havelock are going to have the players to do it. I think there's been a few changes, and it should be a very, very interesting second half.
Certainly expect a few more goals as well from either side. You see Guillermo walking in here now, looking pleased with the assistant coach. He'll be really happy. But still, it's nothing's done yet.
Absolutely. There's a happy coach going in at the break. But we're going to take a short break here on CelloSport, so we'll be back with you shortly for the second half. And welcome back. Second half, players just coming out and the substitutes finishing their warm-up. Referees joining them. Would have been an interesting break. Would have fly on the wall in those changing rooms. I'm very interested to hear that chat. We stuck around during the break. We've seen some ads coming up for the Premier Futsal League. So CelloSport, very happy to come on board as a sponsor there and streaming partner. So that starts next Sunday, the day after the final, which will also be the second leg of this, which we'll also be covering. So certainly get on there and subscribe to the YouTube channel and get all the updates around what games are coming on and when. Having a bit of a walk around at half time, that wind certainly is a bit stronger than when we started. Yeah, Havelock's back this half as we're talking about just before the end of that first half. So it'll be interesting if that changes kind of the dynamic around where the team would basically have possession. We saw in that first half, Wellington United were just that little bit higher up the park than Havelock were, which made it tough for Havelock to get out. I don't think it's that strong that it's really going to have a huge impact in the game, but something to think about, that if they want to clip and press high like Wellington United did, it may be harder for Wellington United to get out. And it may mean that Havelock can turn the screw a little bit. Change coming up for Havelock at the break. And that's Dakota Lucas going off, which is quite an interesting change. Maybe he picked up a knock. Coming on is Bjorn Christensen, who probably out of the two, they're the two highest goal scorers for Havelock this year. So you can only imagine it's an injury concern. So hopefully he recovers well, looking ahead to next Saturday for the home league.
Sorry, in the first half, Dakota Lucas getting a little bit frustrated as well. So I don't know if that's had anything to go by.
Just get started with Beal with the clip ball out wide. Broom sees it out. Just trying to get a view of the pitch as Christensen plays out. That's a great little ball over the top. 1v1 situation. Just tries to get it across. Doesn't really take a step out, so relatively easily broken down. Brooms with the ball. Dink into the back post. Oh!
Chance
and goal!
That's a huge goal just 1 minute after the break.
Kind of out of nowhere. I mean, Brooms put the ball in, they got a little flick on, and might not even come off the player's back. And then it just looked to be dropping, but there's no Wellington United player around it. And they're able to just turn the ball home. I thought the chance was dead when that first ball got blocked, but they managed to recycle it out to Frooms. The left foot delivery was good. If a little bit behind, but just a little ricochet down and toe poke in. They all count. 3-2 brings Havelock right back into this game.
Wellington United managers will be furious conceding the goal so soon. That'll definitely have featured in the halftime team talk. Don't go out there first 5-10 minutes, don't concede. 60 seconds later.
Yeah, all about the game management when you've got a lead in this kind of game, right? Break the game up into little 10-minute chunks. Control each one. Yeah, you certainly don't want to go have that setback early doors.
Havelock can really grow in confidence here and kick on in the second half.
Because Aiden wants the ball but doesn't get it. You can feel the dynamic change in these first couple of minutes. There was a lot of heads down from the Havelock side going off at half time after a disappointing period, but it's taken them 5 minutes to spark into life. Khalid just steps across, makes a dominating challenge at the back just to get the ball out of play again. He's looked pretty strong at centre back. Looking like it's going to be another long throw. Gets it in there, but pretty easily away from Via. But it's dropped down at the edge for Frooms. defended away. And this looks like a different performance. I know we're only 3 minutes in, but the goal has changed that completely.
Havelock North really settling into the second half nice and early. Wellington United just want to take the sting out of the game, try and relax on the ball.
You almost want a stoppage and play here, whether it's a long time for the ball to come back in, or an injury break, or a booking, something like that. You kind of just want to have a breather, let the game settle. Christensen, very strong over the back. Given as a foul, could have gone either way really. Probably a bit strong going through the defender, but
Christensen a bit bigger in stature compared to Dakota Lucas, so it might suit their play.
Not a great clearance from the keeper. It's just going to give Havelock more possession. But yeah, Christensen, look, again, we're talking a lot about the second half and we're only a few minutes into it, but he certainly looks to have made an impact. Early doors coming on. I think maybe he didn't start because of just his lack of game time. I think he missed the last few of their games with injury, and then they've had a long break as it is. Frooms to lay the ball across.
He did well to step out.
He stepped through well here, and he's just gone wide. Tell you what.
Havelock got their tails up straight away, encouraging each other. Important part of the game for Wellington United here, just to manage goalkeeper, just to waste some time, slow the game down, get your shape, build your way back into this game. Havelock looking strong already.
Perks that time getting the ball in behind. But it shows what you could do when you can get players close to Frooms. He seems to be the catalyst in there. With Perks and Christensen getting near him, they just look to have been creating a lot more this second half compared to the first.
We're only 5 minutes in.
Gotta love football, right?
Havelock North playing out from the back.
Good ball from another throw-in. I think if you look at Frooms' position now, we spoke towards the end of that first half about getting that another layer of width. Ball's coming through. Coco wants to bring the ball back, just misses the runners. Havelock dodged the bullet a little bit there. They could have easily put themselves into trouble, but as it is, they've broken away. It's a 4v4 if he can link with his mates. But good defending.
Just about to say the Havelock defenders not being decisive then, and one big kick down the park. Again.
Yeah, as I was just getting into before that play, Rim's position on that last play out seemed to be a little bit wider and deeper. So it gives them that position to get the ball out, which is what we're talking about, the lack of width in that first half. So whether that's a constant theme and it's been a change, or whether it was just somewhere he was for that phase, it'll be worth watching over the next couple of minutes. To get this ball back. It's Albertini who hangs it up to the back post. It should get with a corner there, and does. I think Chris Bennett in the middle has done a pretty good job so far. No major talking points. I think there's a few bookings that were justified. I think officials doing a pretty good job today. Deep delivery, edge of the box. I think it would have been off had it gone through. Very scrappy. And you just got to hit those, don't you?
And keep his composure. Just let back a little bit there for the ball go over the bar.
I think we've all been in that position.
Speak for yourself.
Leans on him, gets rolled. Coco to pick it up. Fizz with the ball forward. Easily threw him at peak. Pull it out, we'll go longer. Yeah, it's a good area to hit. He's cleared Fizzum.
All by McPeak.
Good physical challenge between those two. Fizzum wins it.
See Perks making the pitch a little bit bigger, coming wide. We said first half, we didn't really have any width on that right hand side, but now Perks pulling out onto Aiden, making the pitch a little bit bigger.
It just seems that maybe the wind is having that little bit of an impact in terms of your general position on the pitch and hard to get out of. So the question for Wellington United will be, Havelock struggled to really make an impact into this wind?
Great play.
Tell you what, he's done well to get through that sort of space. Perks with a shot that's blocked. It's back for Christensen. His shot's blocked. Oh, sorry, that was Groot. Brooms gets double teamed and turns the ball over.
Good men around the ball there from Wellington United.
And it's out for a throw-in. So, yeah, I think really now Wellington United, the challenge for them is going to be, can I get the ball down and can we retain it into this win and get the ball out on the deck? Because their option to go longer is proving, obviously, from what we saw in the first half with Havelock and what we've seen in the first few minutes of the second half, is that's going to be a little bit difficult to do. Havelock struggled. If Wellington United can find a way to do that better than Havelock did, then they're well positioned to get themselves that 2-goal lead back. If they continue to struggle, then they may give up more chances in the second half.
I know if you're watching from Havelock as well, you keep talking about the wind, but it really plays a factor down here in Wellington. Nothing worse than playing against the wind. Makes the longer balls a little bit harder. The ball holds up. Even harder to find feet.
Nothing wrong with that. That's good, strong defending. Pete loves a diag, and that's a great ball. Fortunately, it wasn't controlled, but then given away.
I think that was a win making McPeak's kicking look good, wasn't it?
It'll take anything. Yeah, late challenge coming through there from Luca Barkley. He goes into the box. That was probably a little harsh.
See here, Wellington United setting up for an attacking free kick just past halfway, keeping all 4 defenders back, keeping both fullbacks in back.
I think short would be the option here. Try to build it from there. You're not going to hit a lot. Trying to float the ball into the box. Williams does well again. We're really impressed by him today.
Definitely been Havelock's best player.
Christensen with it. Not a great strike. Oh, he gets corner. That's with deflection. Something's happened. Ref's coming over for a chat. I didn't pick up what that was, but he's given him the big no more.
Pumping his authority.
Yeah. As a player, you're always happy when you get the no more. Saves you a card.
Usually in the warm-up for me.
Driven in. It's got there well. It'll be another corner if it goes, but it's into the keeper's hands. There's certainly one off the training ground because Group turned up well to get a connection on that corner.
Maybe Plenderleaf's got to slow the game down. just what Havelock want to turn the ball over and get going again. Wellington United need to slow the game down, but we've got a chance here.
They do have a chance. And it's a goal. Completely, this game just keeps taking twists and turns. Havelock completely dominant. Put down in the second half. And yet Wellington United can break away and score their fourth.
Skinner with a goal.
Good composure from Mandalari, I believe, who got the ball down, carried it into the box. We should have handball in the build-up that was asked for but not given. But as the ball went through, the deflection just slowed it up nicely. A couple of steps into the box and on the pullback, and a simple finish.
See Skinner just peel off a defender there, holds his run. Defender's got to go back towards the goal. Tough one as a defender, but great movement. Good finish.
Yeah, well worked. Once they got into the space, it was really well worked.
Kicking a tee for Havelock. We're on looking a better team.
Yeah, but they just got to just move on from this. And they certainly are from that run.
Bit of great play by Perks there. Getting the ball down.
Strength. Such strength to get through that challenge and create something. But yeah, Havelock can't be deterred by that goal. Gates are on a play. They've got to keep their foot down. They need to score again. They don't want a 2-goal deficit to take home.
Perks struggling here as well, down on the ground. Again, his legs could be going, not played in a while. Havelock North, so could be starting to feel the effects of the game.
Looks like it could just be a bit of cramp, which would be, yeah, a little bit early.
I'd see you after 60 minutes, Chris.
That's why I'm up here, James. Great challenge. Another player that's going to probably stay down for a bit. Looks like it's going to be another change coming for Havelock. It's going to be Albertini to make way, and Kitching Nicholson join the action. Must have been a predetermined change, but Albertini's just made that last stretch for the challenge and looks like he's picked up a knock, may have made a smaller one worse. I thought he had a fairly strong game at fullback. And a change for Wellington United as well. Is that Skinner coming off? Coming on there to replace him. I think that's Ian coming on to replace him. Havelock get the call on the throw-in. The locals aren't happy about it. Ref stops the game again. Not sure what's happening here. There's a card out for one of the staff. Everyone looks puzzled.
A substitute getting booked on coaching stuff.
It's someone in the dugout. Never a good feeling getting booked in there.
Speaking from experience.
Speaking from lots of experience. Good feet. Just getting tighter and tighter in there. They just open out, get out the other side. Start to stretch Havelock, put them under a bit of pressure.
These games are always a little bit harder for the away team from your normal game preparation. Obviously, you have to come down the night before, stay in a hotel, which is a little bit different to what you normally do in your usual Saturday leagues. So as a player, you have to prepare a little bit differently. So it does favour the home team, which obviously will work in Havelock's favour next week. But as a coach, from your experience, how do you find the build-up from going up the day before, staying in a hotel?
It's certainly better to go the day before. You don't get the travel issues in the leagues at that stage, but it's hard to keep players on a level when you go through your normal routine and you turn up at a certain time and everything's kind of just falls into place. You know what's happening. It's a lot more comfortable when players get up and do different things in the morning and get up at different times, and some will overstress in the game. He got ball. That was a good challenge. Yeah, but when you get to these playoff games, I mean, that was a point I noted when I was here. Early for this game, the players were already here and from both sides, and sometimes it can just mess with the preparation a little bit when you're up for the game so much. You just spend too much time in that changing room and too much time walking around the grass, and you just want to get stuck into it. Another last warning. This is a dangerous area now. Yeah, with that left foot.
Once again, Wellington United is keeping all 4 defenders, both full-backs, 2 centre-halves back.
Through to PQ.
Leo Villa asking questions again. Great ball in.
You're looking for that diag ball. It picks up the second phase, which is good. Opens the width. Done okay there, Maney. I'd like to have kept that one in, but when he took that touch close to the touchline, he didn't really have much to go with.
His Fizz's experience. Multi-ball system, goes for one. It's on the running track, just to slow the game down, take the sting out of the game. Referee's spotting it with a few choice words, Chris.
He has. Fizz is doing his best to look surprised as he gets the ball back into the field of play. You love the gamesmanship when you get into these types of games. 20 seconds, one everywhere is 20 seconds you don't have to worry about. Oh, it's a tough touch there. Christensen's through. The pullback just a little bit behind his runner. Havelock clear it. It's a fascinating game now. When you had Havelock all over it, and then Wellington United came back in. And now it's just a real battle. The next goal is going to be crucial. And I think there will be another goal in this game. I can't see this being done from a scoring point of view at this point.
Commentator's curse. No, but definitely, both teams still capable here of getting one or at least 2 more goals in this game.
You can tell from their action on the park that the players are starting to feel the pressure a little bit, asking for every decision at the moment.
Is that not normal?
A little bit more so than what we saw earlier on. Another good challenge in midfield from Havelock. Asking a little bit more for that run. Great touch from Fizz in turn.
Good play by Fizz. He's playing the ball down the line, making the centre half kick it out of play.
Another injury break as the ref goes over. There's a few players going down. It could be that the ground's a little bit heavier than we think. Brian Heredia down. He's had a good, strong game. Booked early, as we talked about, walking a bit of a tightrope, but up until this point, he's done a great job. He made a couple of crucial challenges on breakaways in that first half to keep Wellington United in it, to keep their lead. Hopefully he can shake this off. I see too much action on the Wellington United bench, so assuming that they're pretty comfortable that he'll be good to go. No, they're going to have to make a change.
A bit of a blow. Winning team, you never want to change. You never want to change a back four, especially with next week in mind as well.
Ref's out having to help him up.
Referee making him go off at the nearest point. Doesn't look good.
No, he doesn't look good at all. Fakutione will take his place, which win the game as soon as Brian can get off the far side of the park. And with that injury, it's going to be a fairly uncomfortable half lap of the athletics track to get back to the dugout.
Going off at the far side, changing rooms on the near side, so he's got a whole length of pitch to walk around.
Might be able to find someone I can finally beat in a race.
I still wouldn't back you. Perfect for Wellington United to get the game stopped. Bit of break in play.
That was an interesting one. The ball came back into play, the whistle then went, and then dropped, and the ref said play on. He said the right thing, and he sent it back to the throw-in again. So there was a bit of confusion there.
Referee having a mad 30 seconds in. Pointed one way, changed his mind.
Bit of a foul there. Slightly theatrical, perhaps.
To make sure the referee blows his whistle.
This is the kind of set piece that's dangerous. If Via finds one of the runners, it's so hard to stop from that sort of range.
Chance to put the game to bed.
First clearance. Another one, the second header. Right out over there, but leg stays down. Havelock have done quite well. And win the throw. Well defended from Havelock. I think they've looked more assured, and certainly the defending in their box from set piece. They've seen Wellington United, there's been a couple bobble around, but Havelock have tended to get a good strong head, so most of those balls that are lofted in there. And had a bit of a quiet patch in this game now with a run of injuries and substitutions. So there'll be something coming to spark it back into life. Another foul.
This would be a dangerous position with Leo on his left foot on the
Yeah.
in-swinger.
A lot of clumsy challenges in those sort of areas. You still want to give away a free kick there.
Havelock, the game's gone a little bit slow, the tempo's gone out compared to the first 5-10 minutes of his half. Wellington United building back into it.
Great delivery. I think he takes it. It's a nice first touch to get the ball back if he can keep it in, but he can't.
What would your mindset here be, Samba, as Chris?
Chris Greatholder taking this side. I would probably look at, you've got to get another goal here. You've got to go in. I don't think it's all sacrifice at the moment and leaving two at the back and really trying to press on, but I think you've still got to take the real attacking mindset to try to get another goal. 4-3, the 3 away goals going home isn't a bad place to be. 4-2 means you've still got to do a pretty good job at home to win convincingly. If I'm Wellington United, I want to take a 2-goal lead up there. If I'm Guichet, don't give anything away now. Keep this lead. If we can get another one, great. Otherwise, let's just take a good strong lead back up to the Hawke's Bay. What'll be interesting for Havelock North when we get into the last 10 minutes around how much they go after that goal. There's a big swing between trying to get it back to 1 and going up there 3 behind. At the moment, I think they've got the players out of the pitch and they're causing problems. I think they can just kind of let it run at this stage.
I wonder as well if match fitness, game sharpness will come into play as well. When having friendlies the last few weeks.
It has to take an impact. It has to have an impact, and and it should be something that's looked at around the scheduling between Capital and Central Football to make sure that there's not a big disparate gap between these playoff series. You want the two best teams in the region at their peak going into these playoff games, and COVID always has an impact, but that impacts everybody the same. We've just got to make sure that both teams are coming in a fair, equitable way, and for whatever reason, Havelock's been left underdone a little bit in that respect, but we've seen from a few cramps or whatever that says that the bodies aren't right. Peaky with a big diag again. He's found feet. They're pretty accurate today out of the old Peaky.
Like him.
Well, you said it. This is a good breakaway for Wellington United. Got to get numbers in the box now. They've gone for the wide one. Oh, it's a wonderful strike. He doesn't need numbers in the box at all.
Havelock going for a third goal, leaving 4-5 players forward, 2 back, and they've been punished for it.
Yeah, I mean, they got the ball forward okay in the phase before, but once it was given away, it was lightning quick to get on the counter attack. I thought the initial ball was wide, and he was going to have to get delivery and find someone in the box because there wasn't a huge number bombing in. Coco was slow to get in there. I thought he needed to make that run, but he just didn't need it at all. Because that's a great finish into the far post.
Through a defender's legs as well, into the bottom corner.
Out pretty well for a goal kick. The biggest difference today has just been purely in the finishing. Wellington United haven't had, I mean, I'm looking at them with 5 on the board. They haven't had a huge amount of chances. They've just taken pretty much every one, I think, bar one that they have had. It's just been ruthless.
Not what we expected either, really. We've Havelock scoring plenty of goals during the season in comparison to Wellington United, who've been a bit more defensively sound and not really free flowing in the goals.
Yeah, and defensively, I mean, Havelock come into this game conceding 16 and 16, right? So you'd expect no one's put 5 past them like that. Now the pressure comes on because they've got to get goals back in this game now. Well taken. After the wobble in the first half, which led to the goal, be a good confidence boost to pluck that one out nice and comfortably.
Always good when the keeper comes out, commands a 6-yard box, knocks it out of the air.
Across the top at the moment. United to bring the ball forward again. Done well there. Into space again. Same space as last time. Rolls it back nicely. Finish not control.
Good bit of play though. Stretch of pitch. Beautiful. Leo playing the ball wide. Good little setback. Finishing just let him down.
Well worked. It was well worked. You're talking about fitness levels before, and this is where they're going to have to work their socks off now, Havelock North, because they poured forward to go and support the attack and probably a little bit slower in getting back. And when you've got a team that's used to gearing up for the counter attack, they thrive for those moments on the quick break, and they look devastating on that last one. Just the finish went over.
You can see that as well. Havelock going to the bench, going to make 2 substitutions in a minute.
Good strong defending here. Bring it forward again. Where they need to open out, find the space out onto the left side. Right side, sorry, they go back to the left. All over the top. One player offside, couldn't go for it.
I'll be honest, apart from the first 5 to 10 minutes in the second half, Havelock have not looked great whatsoever. not managed to sustain pressure, keep the ball.
No, that first 5 or 10, I thought we got a right old game on. Brought it back to 3-2, and it was just absolutely dominant. And then that goal's just taken the wind out of their sails. Long clearance, the goalkeeper down well, but turned over.
Again, it's more than hope, direction.
Yeah, you're asking a lot. Seeing Christensen out there and create something for you. A rogue fan on top of the hill, making herself known.
Crowd getting involved.
Ooh, could have. The cynic says he could have gone down there. Kept his feet. They've turned the ball over. This is where Wellington United want to get at them. Bit of Junker with a little turn between his legs. Well done. Over here, takes the ball on. 2v1 out there. He's going to have to find support. But wins a throw-in.
Look, I've done enough there.
Yeah, here's a double change. The first change for Havelock is Bradley Perks leaves. Getting replaced. The team list says Chris Greatholder, but it's certainly not him. And Jackson Ralph also makes way for Josh Lawson.
Try and freshen things up. 10 minutes to go. Try and get a goal back into the game for a second leg.
Yeah, at this point, 10 to go. Havelock's just got to try to get something. One more.
Wellington United, you don't want to do anything silly. Like we saw a couple of minutes ago, diving in on the edge of a box. You don't want to give the referee any decisions to make. Stay on your feet.
Yeah, you want it nice and clean. Go back north with a decent lead. Every player available. No silliness. And they'll be in a great spot. Aiden wins the ball and starts the counter-attack. Through to Villa. Oh, he could have played on there. Go had it on the turn. Was a foul. Wellington United will be happy to slow the game down again and take another set piece. Can't imagine it's going to go long.
For sure, just having a word with Havelock coaching staff there. Bit of frustration probably.
You can understand the frustration. After the first 10 minutes, they would see what their team can do and the problems they can pose Wellington United. Now going long. Yeah, he's had a hit. Comfortably taken from Peaky. Yeah, if you want to beat Peaky from that range, it's got to be high and chip him, really, you know. You're not going to beat him through his hands from that range, but you can certainly chip him from that range.
Been chipped once or twice before.
Frooms loses the ball in the field. Here on the turn. That's where he's dangerous. And Peake does a good job.
Maybe that's the second person you can beat in a race today.
Go out, he's just hit that to the top of the bank. The spectators thought they were safe up there. Okay, in the corner. Delivery across. Goes past everybody and drops to Villa. Tell you what, that might have been troubling him, that strike. One of the Havelock defenders just stuck out a heel to stop it. Yeah, I don't think he got all of it. Peaky probably would have been pretty comfortable to get down to it, but it looked like it could have been on target.
Especially with their shooting from the edge of a box today that we saw in the first half.
Oh, I'm surprised it didn't go top corner.
Havelock leaving 3 forward now, so Wellington United leaving 4 back.
From the corner, but back to VA. He's going to clip it back post. Out for a goal kick.
Leo looking for that chip we just talked about.
Wasn't a million miles away. Certainly second half it's been longer option has been the go-to for Havelock. Trying to put the play out away with this wind at their back. They just tried to get in behind the fullbacks. Probably been more helpful to them doing it that way than what we saw early in the first half. Certainly caused a few more problems.
I haven't played through midfield hardly at all today. I just think I look to go from back to front really quick. Haven't played through midfield. Started to come wide in the first part of his second half, but since then, looking direct to the forwards, looking for the knockdowns.
A good one from Havelock, but isolating himself down the touchline again. All Wellington United players are in there. They can turn it over and bring the ball out. It was a right idea from Leo, just not execution-wise, but they'll get a second opportunity to do that.
Right pass.
Bit of a bobbly touch from Coco there. Timid Peak. Again, he'll go wide. Runner will arrive and Christensen. He'll pick up the second ball with Frooms. Brett will pick it up, look to go wide again. Needs to go again. Christensen is just strong. Lent on that. Ooh, I tell you what, if that dropped at the Havelock feet, there would have been problems.
Referee could have let it go.
Yeah, he's pulled it back to the free kick.
Big not happy about something back there. $84 o'clock. Havelock's really got to make this count now to get back into this tie.
Yeah, they need something. They need a spark here. Good ball in. He needs to get something off Fizz Aiden here, whether it's a corner or something. Get the ball back. Rooms with delivery to the back post. Christensen could keep it in. Prevents a goal kick at the expense of a throw-in, so that's not a bad outcome. It's got to really close the space down and make it difficult to play out. Try to get something turned over up here to create a chance. Long throw, and they give away another one.
Job as a fullback here, dictate the tempo of the game, slow things right down, work the line. Look up the bits, as Coco does there.
As well, get it back into a good area. We just need to be tidier, eh? Get the ball down and play. Just try to prevent the corner. He does that.
He looks solid at the back there. All game he's looked really solid, not put the foot wrong.
The long throw coming. Have to get numbers in there, have to create something. Again, we're in the last 5 minutes plus, depending of course on what the officials add on. Back into a wide area. Christensen can't bring it down. Lets all the pressure off.
Getting a bit scrappy, which Wellington United won't mind.
Oh, Wellington United will be happy to play the last 4 or so minutes of just doing throw-ins and challenges and throw-ins. It really stops the momentum of the game. Coming deep. Coming very deep to get the ball. There's the free kick. This shows how well it not have done in adjusting to that first period of the second half. Christensen was so high and causing problems on the last line. Now he's picking it up deep inside his own half to try to spark something, start the play out again. A comfortable header from Khalid. Strong challenge and flicked over the top. Try to buy a free kick, but I think the ref's going to buy into that. Quickly taken kick from the goalie's hands. I thought he would have taken the opportunity to take the sting out. Another 10 seconds here or there.
2 minutes to go. Going for it again.
Yeah. Great step through. Just giving it away. Just the ball in behind him again. Good strike! Good save.
Keeper got down well to save that. Good hit.
Great hit out of nowhere. The attitude of Wellington United here, you know, we thought they'd just be playing for time, but they seem to be wanting to put the foot firmly down on the throat.
This game is only going to be half time realistically with another 90 minutes to go in the second leg.
There's going to be a lot of work to do for Havelock in the next week to overturn this.
Definitely not an easy place to go. Last time I played at Havelock, very difficult, very physical. Smaller pitch as well, a lot smaller pitch, which makes a difference.
Oh, good recovery challenge. The rest indicated will be 3 minutes of time added on at the 90. A little bit of time here for Havelock to try to claw something back. They've got the numbers forward here.
Chance.
Goal!
That could be huge.
They kind of just wouldn't get out of the box.
I mean, we go back to what we just talked about. Wellington United not slowing the game down, continuing the tempo from the goalkeeper, from the throw-ins. You just got to slow the game down, take the sting out of it. Havelock played the ball really well there.
You do. It was just pace to get him behind. But just the recovery defenders just weren't there. And once it dropped in, it was just like just sitting on the ball like a melee, like we were just expecting something to stop or the game to stop, but the ball just rolled out and was lashed into the roof of the net. I think a few people were looking around waiting for a whistle that just never came.
I'd see the ball got stuck underneath Leone's feet a little bit as he came across from the left back to try and clear things. Just could have cleared it with his right foot, sorry. Always a little bit harder when it's not your stronger foot. Feels a bit unorthodox.
5-3. 5-3. Interesting. I honestly came believing it would be a game of Wellington United quite happy to sit in and play on the counter and Havelock coming underdone and maybe sitting off a little bit as well. Expecting a low scoring affair, and we've seen anything but absolute belter.
What do we know?
What do we know?
I mean, that's going to be a huge goal, especially so late on as well, 90th minute.
Yeah, it just changes the dynamic of the whole Havelock week in preparation ahead of next week. 5-2, it's almost, your miracle shot. 5-3, it's a lot more doable. So there is going to be one last change with the injury. Paku Dione is leaving and Mo Masra comes on to play the last couple of minutes.
Yeah, and that could play a factor. A second force substitute for Wellington United. Ryan Hidera going off. Now Dione going off as well with an injury. Two players injured, having to go off.
Yeah, and obviously it's hard to judge from up here, but this injury doesn't look good. Really holding that arm. And Brian's didn't look very good either, the way he hobbled off. So it's a short turnaround when you factor in travel as well to try to get themselves right for next week.
Generous call there from a referee.
Very generous. We're deep into injury time now. Here on the set piece. We've had a few of these, not necessarily this close. We've had a few set pieces without doing anything amazing, but you can't rule it out. You know what he's capable of.
It's important for McPeak here to set up his wall. Obviously, looks like he's going to cross it. Leo's left foot.
Nice little deep to the back post. Another strong header out. They get pressure on. And that was a great clearance on the line. Coco looked like he was ready to score. Havelock North, have defended really well on those set pieces. And now they've got an opportunity coming out the other way.
Chance falls to him.
And with that strike from halfway, the game ends. And it ends 5-3 Wellington United over Havelock North in the first leg of the Central League playoffs. I really don't know what to take out of it, the aftermath immediately. It was a crazy game. Wellington United looked like they were comfortable throughout, except for a couple of periods where Havelock really dominated. The late goal and the couple of injury concerns for Wellington United will mean it's a very interesting week heading into next week, where CelloSport will bring you the game of the return leg, 2 o'clock next Saturday. So, as I said before, subscribe to the channel and you'll get the update around where you can find that game, what time, and the link automatically sent through to you. So, really looking forward to that. Study, last thoughts on the game?
I just think that last goal for Havelock changes things. I know it's 5-3, 2 goals, but just scoring so late on, you can take that momentum. You can take that momentum straight into the next leg. But it's all to play for still.
Still definitely all to play for. Interesting game. It'll be interesting to catch up with some of the players after the game, see what their thoughts on it have been. And we'll look forward to joining you next week from Guthrie Park, where we will see the return leg and see if Havelock can overturn a 5-3 deficit. Thanks everyone for tuning in. I hope you've enjoyed the stream. Subscribe to the channel and keep up to date with everything else that we're bringing to you. Have a great day.